Hello, everybody. My name is Hellkaiser, and welcome back to DMC5. Today's a special day, too. I took a couple of days off from the last recording. Today is, oh Lord, August 23rd, and uh, that is the 20th anniversary of Devil May Cry. It's been 20 years. In 2001, the first game came out, and I have to admit, for me, I was a year old, and I didn't play it till like 4 years later. So I played like one and three, and I mentioned it when we played two. I played like two for a little bit, but I never really got. I don't remember it if I played it all the way through. I imagine I did because it was significantly easier. Uh, but it started my love of the series that has stuck with me through all my life. I grew up with these games, and they were very special to me. And it's a great day to celebrate. I don't generally like to celebrate game series because to me it's a video game. It's not nothing to celebrate. But I kind of felt underwhelmed. Like, this is not speculation. This is truth. Uh, a leaker, I forget his name. You can look up the news, but he's a reputable game industry leaker. Like, he's leaked stuff before that's turned out to be true. Has said that Capcom is working on DMC6. He said it might take 3 to 4 years or even longer, but they are working on it in some capacity. And so it is being worked on, according to a leaker. And there was a rumor in like 2018 when this game first was coming out, or like just a little bit before it came out, that there's going to be like a Netflix anime, like the 2007 one, but a different, like a continuation sort of thing, probably with Nero as the main character, I would imagine. And that's been on the back burner for like two. I know that during this time we live in, again, for a while, I don't know if YouTube has changed its policy, but you can't name it, or else they demonetize you or strike you. But maybe that puts some of those ideas on the back burner. But all we got was the game's creators on Twitter posted a picture that said "Happy 20th," and I was expecting just a little bit more than just a Twitter post. I felt like that was a little underwhelming. We've had 6 games in this franchise, 5 if you want to forget about the nightmare that was the reboot. And boy, I'm telling you, I don't want to go on forever about this, but this is one of my favorite series just because of the fact that when you played them all, like I have, back to back, just the mainline games, I'm not talking about the reboot right now, you could see a growth between each one, and something, even the worst one, which is 2, added something to the formula. For example, the first game added the style meter and Devil Trigger, which is one of, in my opinion, well, 2 of the best mechanics in any video game. Number 1, the style meter makes you wish to improve. Now, I will say the combat in the original game is a little rough around the edges now, compared to what you could do with 3 with the freestyle, and especially 4, and now 5. It felt limited, and I think a lot of people who are veterans of the later games will look at 5 and look at 1 and say the same thing. It's extremely limiting. However, the style meter encouraged you to get a high combo, and it made you feel good about yourself. It also added the Devil Trigger, like I said, which was, in my opinion, a really cool mechanic. It wasn't really well implemented in 1. There was a different game designer at the time, and they tried to say, well, the weapons are the Devil Trigger or something like that, and I just didn't like that. They didn't look good. It's just gray forms. But it was a cool mechanic, and Bayonetta and a lot of other action games like Drakengard 3 and stuff like that have all had like a Devil Trigger sort of form, like an ultimate move, power-up sort of thing that heals you or gives you extra damage. People don't talk about Devil Trigger being that important. It really was a cool mechanic that a lot of games stole or used on their own. And Devil May Cry 2 essentially was Trickster before Trickster was a thing, and added the Bloody Palace mode, which is a lot of fun. One of the most fun, replayable things in any game. Devil May Cry 3 added the styles and a lot more weapons than we saw in the first couple of games, with a lot more style between them. Devil May Cry 4 added Nero as a playable character with new additions and stuff like that. And then the special edition, of course, added 2 new characters. And then, of course, now we have 5, which is not really added anything new overall. It's improved upon old mechanics. But what we get is a glorious, what do you want to call it? Amalgamation of the ideas that all the Devil May Cry, even the reboot, it's got some of the best ideas from the reboot and has perfected those moves. Each character feels unique to play as, and there's a whole set of skills to master with them. V plays unlike any character I've ever seen. It's almost like playing a strategy game. You have to manage his positioning, reading that book to build up your Devil Trigger gauge, with 3 monsters on the field and positioning, and it takes a while to get a hang of, but it's really fun and unique. Nero has the mechanical arms that can be swapped out, and a more limited combo system than Dante, but it's still pretty deep overall. And then Dante, of course, has the style switching, which is, if you've ever seen someone like SS Smoke, just amazing to see a professional person do that. And then, of course, Virgil, the concentration meter, these big screen wipe moves and stuff like that require excellent timing and button inputs. I mean, it's just, each character plays so different. And then I haven't even talked about in 4 how Lady's unique kit. I mean, Trish had a cool kit too. It was like a combination of Dante and Virgil's. But Lady had this unique kit that's like nothing in Devil May Cry, because it's all gun focused and it's just not what you're trained to do. And so it's just, the way they've designed these games is fantastic, and this game is my favorite. I hope that 6 is a real thing being made, but if they never make another one, at least this is a high point for the series to go out on. I thought 4 was a bit of a whimper. It was setting up for something, and a little bit of executive meddling. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to the reboot. But I just want to talk about that. Happy 20th anniversary to one of my favorite games, especially, like I said, in the last episode. This game came when I was going through, like I don't want to call it a depression, but I just was getting to that point where I just wasn't enjoying playing games like I used to. I guess growing pains, whatever you want to call it. And this renewed my love of games. This game's just so fun. It's got that energy. Every time I play it, I feel happy. And I just get a big smile on my face because the game is just so fun. It's got this dark world. Things are going on around it. It's like playing Final Fantasy VII in a lot of ways. The original Final Fantasy VII. How it's these quirky characters in this very serious kind of world sort of thing, And I love the design of it. But anyway, we talked for 8 minutes. We celebrated, I think, pretty well. So let's just go ahead and get into this. Okay. Now, what upgrades can I afford? I've got all the color ups. I didn't think my color up was working right the other time because I haven't seen the bullets. Like the screen glow like it should be. Maybe I just messed up something. I guess I'll find out soon. Okay. I could get max act. That's actually pretty dang useful in terms of an ability. There we go. And then that's about all I can afford, of course. Go ahead and leave an empty spot. There. Dump one slot and just save up my money. I don't need the blue orbs right now. I'd rather make sure I have enough to get everybody's upgrades.
Well, she ain't dead. Got a pretty smoking body, though.
That was a bit of an overshare, honey.
Not that I was barely even noticed. You should go do your thing. I got this.
Yeah. What the hell? Whoa. He's too big to leave alone. Better take care of it. Stay alert.
Yeah.
What do you mean too big to leave alone? Ultimately, just stay out of its path. It's not going to bother you. Okay, a lot of particle effects on the screen there. Gilgamesh. This is one of the only boss fights in the game that I find a little boring. It's not particularly bad. I mean, it's below par for the rest of this game. That's the best way to describe it. And again, because it's got that weird component where sometimes Gilgamesh just falls, it's hard to tell if the other person playing as V in the level has any impact, which I don't really think that they do. Come on, up. No, up. There we go. Okay, crap. Okay, jump. Whoa. Okay. Get ready for him. There we go. Okay, jump. Jump. Whoa. Okay, get ready to block. There we go. Whoa, jump! Jump, you idiot! Crap, I'm gonna have to shoot a leg. There we go. Whoa! What hit me there? What blew up on me? Okay, come on. Crap. Ow, crap. See, it's not that this boss fight is particularly difficult, it's just you gotta keep micromanaging, making sure he don't run away on you. And see, then he just does that and tries to run away from you. And see, that's where I think that that's like the other player doing something there. Come on. Ow, crap. See, yeah, it even says starting. So yeah, I never noticed that before. So what the other player does affect you. Ow. Thanks for the assist.
What are you doing down there?
You didn't think you did that all by yourself, did ya?
You know, I bet you taste like chicken.
Oh, you ungrateful son.
I'll leave this beast to you. I must press on.
His whole life can be summed up with being told flock off and that he tastes like a little chicken.
Well, guess it's just you and me, cockroach.
It's amazing that that was such a fun weapon in DMC4. Now it's just a little thing. Oh yeah, got my buster on. Boom, baby. Crap. Okay, yeah, his arm isn't charging because there's no coloration, and maybe that's like an in-game thing that I'm used to. But something is off. Ow, crap. Okay, I thought I blocked that better. That was my bad. Okay, crap. He's got to be dropped down and stunned. Okay, come on. Oh, crap, he's listing to the side. And he's got spinning blades now. Whoa, mama. Okay, time to finish him off with a buster shot. And it's still not working. There we go, that's close enough. Like I said, not my favorite boss fight. I think this is probably the worst boss in the entire game, just in terms of stylistic choices.
What's going on?
Yo, lady's awake. Got any questions for her? Better make it fast.
Why make it fast if she's awake?
Wait. We could use that. Pick it up. Not that one. The other one.
This one?
Next to it.
Come on, Nico. This one?
Sure.
Okay, so what was my performance there? S rank, sweet. You just pretty much have to keep up like a pretty good B plus, A plus combo sort of thing, and other than that, the game is pretty easy in terms of getting higher ranks, which I do appreciate, because I do hate it when I feel like I'm doing the best I can and I'm not getting at least an A or a B.
They end up like you?
Trish, she was captured. I remember that. But I don't know what happened to Dante.
I think that they made her scar a little bit more clear in the special edition, because in the PC version, the scar on her nose wasn't very visible to me. I don't know if maybe I just didn't notice it.
Hang on.
I thought that that was weird that it was almost completely gone.
I'm glad to see you look so well.
You too, I guess.
I found these. If they're of any use to you, they're yours.
Wow.
It's not
I can make
they,
something
it's
truly
one.
awesome out of these.
Shocker. Can we trust him?
Your guess is as good as mine. He might be useful, though. Enough talking. Get some rest. You need it.
Why exactly does she need rest? I mean, I guess that she would be weakened, but I mean, we've seen her in 3 get stabbed pretty badly straight through the leg and continue walking on it. And have a boss fight.
Yo, lady, wake up.
Now you see her only purpose to the story, by the way.
I was just told to get some rest.
Oh, you were just told to get some rest? Well, we need to make a path. So start digging. Come on, get up, get up, get up.
Got something to wear that's good for digging?
That is her only purpose. And it's kind of embarrassing when you think about it, because, like I said, the ladies in Devil May Cry have never had much of a real purpose. I mean, Lady had her... Realistically speaking, she was connected to Arkham, but you could have cut her from the story, and it wouldn't have really made a bit of difference. She served as more like the... What do you want to call it? The player's personification, I guess. Figuring out what Dante was a little bit, and then seeing his humanity. I mean, he couldn't have had like his "It's Only Rain" scene, you know, talking about Devil's Crying, if he didn't have someone to talk to. And so I guess that's the only reason they put her in the game. And then Trish had her role in 1, but that was made by another developer. And if she was supposed to have an expanded role, that was of course cut because different developers. But realistically speaking, it really is strange how they just... If you just play Devil May Cry 4, like I said, and you don't play as Trish and Lady in the Special Edition, they had no purpose. Like, they could have had just Dante get a letter explaining all this to him and just have their name written on the bottom or something, and it would have had the same effect. Gloria could have been her own separate character and been killed off screen or something and not been important, you know, or not even in the game at all, and just say that Dante sent them the Devil's Sword Sparta. I mean, you get what I'm saying. There's a lot of ways they're not even necessary to their own plots, and here, like I said, I'm not one of those what you call feminist types. I can appreciate that a woman's being used just for eye candy in a game, because it is a video game, you know. It's not, this is not a real person. But it really just feels like they're just there to be naked and set, and it really is just dumb. Now you'll see one of the things I was talking about through the game. The split character thing. The only difference in this level is Nero seems to be a little bit more like the one the developer really intended to, because it teaches you more about the monster spawners. V's has the monster spawners, but seems a little shorter. I don't know how I'm going to do. I've thought about just playing as one side, but then because I really like playing as V and he has a short mission, I might just play through both, just to give you a different perspective. I don't know. I'll think about it. We'll play as Nero first, because like I said, I feel like his is the intended. Okay, now we'll customize. Drop off another arm, because we don't need it. Drop off that one. You, like I said, always keep at least 1 to 2 slots open. You're better off keeping 2 slots open, because there's just nothing wrong with it. Okay, I guess I'll just save up so I can carry more arms. That's probably the most important thing I can get right now, is just extra arms. Plus, I'll be playing the mission over as V, so I might as well just save up, you know? Okay, rev up the sword. Oh, let me show you what the max axe does here. All you do is, if you press the button at the right time, then you get all 3. If you do like I just did and screw up, you only get 1. It's very hard to judge. It's like supposed to be right after you attack, but if you're just a second off, it don't count. And I'm never no good with it, but maybe I'll get it right at some point. Okay, you just completely overshot that, my friend. There. And the AI never opens up this thing for you. It'd be nice if they did. Okay. And of course, he still shoots. And now we see one of the more fun enemies to fight in this game, just because they're a little tougher. Okay, let's rock. Whoa. 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 Nice try. There we go. Let's rock. Ow. Okay, that one went down even easier. There we go. There we go, that saved my bullet. It's incredible that I never knew that there was even a way to do it, but now I'm learning, but it still is extremely difficult to save up 1 bullet. I wish they just made it so that you could have some sort of cancel button, because it's not like it's necessary, that extra bullet, but I just want it. Okay, it's not healing me for some reason. Even though it should be. Maybe it's got to be only in the fight. Yeah, I didn't notice the first time I played this game how sexual that arm is designed to be. Okay, sweet, I got a better arm. Not much better, mind you, but a better arm. Really, the Sweet Surrender is just like a gameplay sort of gimmick thing. It's not necessary. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I still don't like Helter Skelter. I would break it, but I don't want to, really. I just want to see what the overcharge does. Okay, so that's about the only time it's even remotely close to useful. And even that ain't no good. It's good against breaking the shields, but if you don't have a shielded enemy in your way, it really is quite useless. There we go. The Buster Arm is still one of the best weapons in the game. Whoa. There we go. See, once you start to get your skills up, and once you get your best arms and get rid of some of the crappy ones, the skill level for what you can do in this game is quite impressive. Also, I don't think I've showed it on any of the other arms because it's not really something you show. But I don't know if you can see that. Maybe if you slow down the video to point like 25 speed. But whenever he closes his Devilbringer arm, the last finger he closes is his middle finger. Which I honestly like that. It's a detail that you'd have to have slow motion to see. And I saw it on somebody's YouTube video. But it's really cool that they added that for no other reason. It's something Nero would definitely do. And that shows the dedication of the character, like how Baldur gives you the middle finger in God of War. But you couldn't even see it on camera, you know? It's one of those things that is almost a completely useless detail, unless somebody breaks the game. Oh crap. Get him before he goes away. There we go. Got you. There we go. There we go. I like Ragtime, don't get me wrong. It's useful for chaining together combos against groups. But especially, like I said, right now, I'd much rather have the Buster Arm. It's just Overture, Gerbera, and the Buster Arm are your best weapons, and Rawhide. And not much really gets better than them, you know? Some of the other arms just seem a little bit useless. Maybe, I don't think that the arm mechanic will stay around for 6. I hope it doesn't. I hope that they make some different skills in 6, so that I don't want them just recycling the same mechanics. But I hope that if they're going to keep it in any form, that they make it where either a less arms, but like they can take more punishment and make them a little bit more useful, or something. By the way, I like this poster because of the fact that that kind of looks like Trish a little bit, or like Ava, depending on who you ask. I know that Sparta was like white-haired, but maybe this is supposed to be like a you know what I mean, like a movie adaptation, clearly, or something like that. But it's kind of interesting that it kind of looks like Ava and Sparta to a degree, you know. And there we see the AIV fighting.
Was the right way. Nailed it. Gotta push on ahead.
Okay, another arm, sweet. Whoa, mama. There we go. Again, I could have done a little bit better, but I feel like I'm doing pretty decent overall, and I like the way that this game presents that to me. You know, it doesn't make me feel like every time I get a B, I really should have done better, because the enemies don't last too long, especially on Devil Hunter, but they do last just long enough that they do give you a good enough combo that you think, well, if they hadn't died so easily, I think I could have done better, but I'm pretty proud of what I did so far. There we go.
Guess I'm going down.
Okay. Yeah, I need something here. Need all the money I can get. There is an option to like purchase 100,000 red orbs for $2, and that's not too bad. Especially if you're one of those people, you don't want to have to play the game like 10 times and you want to just unlock every skill, or you've played the game before. It might be worth the $2 to you. I don't know. I mean, that's up to you. But I'm starting to wish I had a little bit. I just don't like to play with what I consider to be like a, how would you word it, like a disadvantage because I don't have my moves. I like to have everything I can right from the get-go. Okay. Grab all that. Ow! You broke my arm. How dare you? Whoa! No! My arm! I hate that because they can interrupt your moves extremely easily, and you gotta be aware of that. And he didn't lock on like he's supposed to. That's one of the problems, because you can't lock on with these arms. It does feel odd trying to use them the right way. Whoa.
Okay.
Not too bad.
Okay. Come on.
I shouldn't have had to lose my devil arm there, or my buster, I should say. That was purely my mistake. It's hard to, because he takes longer with his animation. Like when he's swinging like the bigger enemies, of course he creates a field where they don't hit him pretty much. But when you're doing the buster arm, he gets hit. And it can become distracting and cause you to accidentally get hit and lose the arm, which I do find is one problem too. But you know, I understand that giving him invincibility frames would make him a little bit too easy there, but giving him something would have been slightly better, I think. Okay, get rid of those things. Ow. Got her. Okay, now deal with these guys. No. See, it happened again. I didn't even mean to do it that time. I was trying to hook the guy to me. Okay, there we go. And I lost my good arm again. That's one thing you gotta learn, though, about this game, is that the arms are very expendable. They will go left and right, so there's no need to really be that concerned about it. What broke my arm there? Okay, there's another overture. There we go. I'm sorry I don't talk too much when I'm doing the fighting, but this game requires a little bit more concentration than some of the other Devil May Cry games I've played. Like I said, this has the most in-depth combat system, in my personal opinion, of any of them. Okay, just trying to collect as much as I can here. I'm probably not going to buy any upgrades. I'd like to save them for V, but I like to call in the phone calls just simply because it's cool to watch the animations.
Lord, I've got a job for you.
Dang, that's quick service. Okay, hang on one second. I got a little bit of condensation on my hand. I'll be right back. Okay, that's why you keep napkins and tissues and stuff next to your desk, in case when you're sitting there drinking a Mountain Dew, you don't get your keyboard wet. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so in terms of abilities, Stuff like get more orbs as an ability I don't really see being that useful, especially with how expensive it is. When it says get more orbs, what would you think that would mean? To me, that would mean like a multiplier. So like something you'd sink your money into, but when you actually read it, it just increases the range, which is a very dumb thing. It's not something you need to pay money for, you know? It's one of the least important skills in the entire game, in my opinion. Yeah, that Breakers Plus would be nice, but I don't really need it, and so I'm just going to save the money for a character like V, so I can get something like Royal Fort. Okay, I will... Shall I bring an arm or not? I think I'm good with... Well, yeah, I'll take... I'll take an Overture. There we go. I still love that music that plays there. It's very relaxing, I said it before. In a game where there's nothing but heavy metal music and heavy metal fantasy worlds everywhere around you, it's nice to have something that feels a little bit more serene, a little bit calm before the storm sort of thing. Because you step back outside and you just look at the clouds and all that weird creepy trees and vines. I like the way that the electricity comes out in the shape of its hand. I don't think I've ever acknowledged it. I knew it happened, I just didn't think I ever spoke about it. That had me shaking. I was so scared. Okay. These trees are always a little difficult for me. Because when you're playing as a character like V, as you saw in that last mission, you can just accidentally trigger them. And I try to do what the game wants me to here. And I don't always get the results I mean to, but that time I did. Okay, bats flying away. Any more arms before I head down? Sometimes you happen to find one or two just right through here. I don't know if it's randomized. I'm pretty sure it's somewhat randomized. Yeah, these cutscenes play out exactly the same, but if you're playing as V, then Nero will come up from behind you instead of V. That's the only real difference, but I will play the levels, so no one can say I didn't show off all the levels. Proto-Angelo. Good to see the Angelos back, too, because you never really got to see them after the first game. It's nice to see that, you know, they kept the general premise for it. I like that they don't have eyes this time, where Nilo Angelo did. Give him more of a face and a personality, where these don't.
I must destroy.
I thought that was the plan all along.
And now we're just sliding down the hill. I don't know what made this thing start to fall down a hill, but who cares? Only in Devil May Cry.
I need you. Go.
Come to me. There we go. There we go. Of course, that one is a little out of reach. That was pretty good. I like that fight. I think I did a good job there. Kept up a pretty consistent S rank.
What? Tired already?
I've just remembered something. This town was attacked. Once before.
Is that so?
I was here. I can still see it. In fact, I was playing right here. That was the house. This is where we part ways. You go ahead.
You're gonna miss all the fun.
No. I must seek out the Devil's Sword Sparda.
What? Yeah, I don't think that's such a good idea. Trust me.
You're not the only one who thinks so. But to win this fight, we're going to need all the help we can get.
Not the only one.
Well, I mean, he does have a talking bird,
What the hell
I
aren't you
mean,
telling me?
Nero. I never understood that line, because he just says, not the only one. But you see him talking to the bird. The bird talks all the time. But I do like the setup for V. Crap, I didn't want to start this mission. Okay, let me just skip all this because we're going to we are going to go ahead and play that mission over as V, just because I don't want no one to say that I have not done anything properly. I don't know if there's too many people out there who would care, but I do know there's at least a few who would complain. Plus, I love this game. I don't mind playing the level over again. Just, like I said, it's not the same level. They do take you down a somewhat different path, which is nice. Okay, get Royal Fork, because that's one of the best moves. That is one of the most powerful moves that you got. Okay, I don't have enough for double check. Yeah. There we go. Now, all I need to get is Shadow's Vigor, and I think I'll have all of his skills. Yeah. And I need to get Double Check and Griffin's Vigor, and then I'll have all of his abilities maxed out, and I'll get the White Gainer and the Green Gainer. Other than that, I'm good. Let's go do this. Honestly wish that there was a couple more missions in the game dedicated to V. I think that if it wasn't for the fact that Nero was already established, I think that playing as V would be a lot of people's favorites. Because he was just a surprise how fun he was to play as. Which is something that I know I wasn't expecting. Okay, I finally got that right. It's just a straightforward ability. Just forward and backwards real quick. I always have a little trouble with that. We probably won't be able to finish this mission the second time, but I'll try my best to. It is a little shorter as V, so we might. Oh my, whatever will I do? Yep, it's that easy. Hail to the king, baby. That is why I love playing as V. It's so easy to get smoking sexy style, and it's so much fun to play as. Once you learn his positioning, it becomes a lot of fun. It's just all about learning positioning, which I think is a good skill this game teaches you, because that way you can learn a little bit more tactical awareness. You have to pay attention, and I think that they purposely made it harder, because the game is naturally dark, as you can see in a lot of places. And he wears dark. His arms and stuff are dark because of the tattoos, making it very difficult to sometimes see him when there's a lot of black, hooded, shrouded, zombie-looking figures.
Careful, V. Something in here.
Whoa, mama!
Come on.
That was pretty easy. Not to mention anticlimactic. Okay, there must be something else in here. I don't see nothing else. There we go. Now we see the monster spawners, but I think this is like the only one in V's part. Oh my, whatever will I do? I'll call in Nightmare. Ow. Okay, how do I do that stupid laser? It's always one of those things that's difficult for me, because you gotta do a legal move. There we go.
Apocalypse Ball.
Yeah, baby! That is why I love V. Because once you're able to do that, and I need to work on that laser better, it just looks cool. I wish that, you know, like I said, I get why Nero was there, and I didn't get to talk much about it, but I guess I will talk a little bit more for you guys about his character. Nero was added because Capcom was losing faith in Dante as the playable character. They were getting bored of him. And that's not speculation. I believe that's been confirmed. When we get to DMC, Devil May Cry, I will link some videos in the description from some people who know more than I do about the situation. But like, Nero was added because they thought, well, we've done all we can do with Dante as a character. And, you know, I felt like if they hadn't added him in, V would probably still be a character, and I feel like he'd probably be a little bit more expanded upon. Not to say he's not great already, but I'd love to see even more missions with V, because, like I said, he's so fun to play as once you get used to it. It's an adjustment period. But what a fun adjustment period. I'll let that thing go ahead and be spawning in some stuff, not like it matters anyway. Cracker open.
Optimism. No one escapes. Turn it to the underworld.
That is just coolness incarnate. It's so fun. It's so easy to get Smoke and Sex in style, but it doesn't feel like, oh, they just made it easier because he's the new character. It just does it because he looks cool. He's a man who goes around using his cane to kill enemies. How cool is that? Okay, that's where old Nero's at. Go get him, my friend. Okay, get all the equipment I can get. Perfect.
I need you.
I like how the bird just sits around cussing all the time. I told you my mom had a bird, but she, let's just say, didn't train it to be a proper animal. And it just reminds me of that.
This way.
There's not even that much dialogue for V's path. There's like a couple lines for Griffin and stuff like that. But see, this is where the paths join. He just comes in the opposite way that Nero does. There we go. Royal forked him. Oh yeah. What happened to Nightmare? Oh, I must have accidentally bumped the button.
This will sting a little. May not. My blood failed me. To run. The end is now.
And there we go. Again, awesome character to play as. Sometimes, like I said, a problem that could have been aired out, I think, if they had cooked him a little bit more. Even though they said he was in development for a couple of years, would be to have made him a little bit less cumbersome to try to see. You know, maybe make him bigger, or like if you play with the alternate skin for him, it is a little bit more manageable. There we go. Big problem is taken care of. Okay, there's still stuff down there.
To see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in the palm of your hand, an eternity in an hour.
Okay, just there we go. Just drop it in. Where the heck did I... Where'd that thing go? There it is. There we go. That took a little longer. Okay, we're at the hour mark. Should I end it here? I'll end it at the end of this fight. Or I think that... Yeah, there is a fight here. Ow, crap. There we go. Not my best. Okay. We are right here. I'll go ahead and call on the phone, and then we'll finish this mission in the next episode. It's a shame we couldn't get all the way through it. It wouldn't take that much longer, but I just don't want to risk getting into like what could be a 5 or 10 minute fight.
Can you meet me over here?
Of course you can. That van can go anywhere. Okay, let's see what other skills we can get now, too. We'll get our skills, and then we'll end the level.
There's no such thing as too prepared.
Okay. Can't afford double check. I guess a good thing to go ahead and get would be white gainer, so we could keep our DT going just a little longer. In fact, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. And that's about it. That's about all I need. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and end this episode here. Hope you guys are enjoying. Lord knows I am. Sorry that I talked a little bit too much at the beginning about the 20th anniversary. Hope you guys are enjoying it. You know, if you haven't been playing Devil May Cry and you've seen my series on it, I do recommend. If you have a PS4, if you don't even, you'll miss the style switching on 3 on the Nintendo Switch exclusive. But if you have a PS5 or a PS4, you can binge the entire series, including the reboot, on just that one system. So I do recommend. You can probably pick them up pretty cheap now. I highly do recommend them. So go out there and play them. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and happy anniversary, Devil May Cry.